Hi, everybody. It's Carin Andersen with Aortic Hope for this week's Week in Review. Happy 4th of July. Yay. I hope you guys all had a safe and somewhat dry 4th of July. I know here in Maryland, we had some serious storms and it was almost a washout, but about 9:15, they said it was a go. So I was a drenched rat, but saw an amazing fireworks show and really had a nice time, although it was somewhat challenging to stay cool. All right, if you're not familiar with Week in Review, I'm going to go over some of our posts from last week. It was a pretty light week leading up to this special holiday here for all of us in America. But still have some important announcements to share with you nonetheless. Now, one of the things we don't do is post every individual event that we have shared. So we will go through some of the events that we have done on Aortic Hope on our AHTV channel. I'll go over that with you. I'll tell you where you can find it. But for right now, please click like, click subscribe so that you're notified every time we have a new video that pops up for you to check out. All right, so I'm going to go ahead real quick and share my screen and see you guys in a little bit. I'm going up to the corner. All right, let's get started. We had a movement for movement last week. And one of the things about movement for movement is even though we started this back in 2020, not knowing that the world was going to get shut down around this little thing called COVID, movement for movement really doesn't mean exercise, marathons. It just means doing some kind of movement with your body. And again, we say it all the time. This could be cleaning out closets, gardening, organizing shelves. It's just intentionally thinking of what you need to do that involves more than just sitting and reading a book. Although we recommend and recognize that sometimes doing nothing is still doing something. So give yourself that grace as well. And remember, with everything, talk to your doctor before you start any movements or exercise programs. So when it comes to the summer, especially now, if you're moving outdoors, you guys, start early or do it later in the evening. Make sure to have water with you and take breaks because heat can drastically affect your blood pressure, and some medications might actually increase your sensitivity to dehydration. You don't have to feel ready to move. You move to feel ready. Switch some of the language around in your mind. But again, be very careful right now with this heat dome over most of the country. If you're waiting to feel motivated, that is the trap in and of itself, okay? Readiness is not something that you find. It's something that you actually need to create. I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that with the heat. I'm feeling that with my own arrhythmia. It's so doggone hot outside. But if I'm at the pool, I find the time and recognize that maybe I can at least take a walk in the water, right? I don't have to just lay in the pool. I can take a few minutes and do a few laps to some great music in my ear. And that could be good enough. That could be doing something. What really happens in the order in which it happens is action happens. It comes first. And then your brain and your body actually catch up. They release the energy. There's a focus. There's even this shift in your mood once you really start moving. So if you're sitting there thinking, I don't feel like it today, and I want to, that's actually the cue. That's the cue. I did that all morning. I'm recording this right now at 12 o'clock, right before this is supposed to go live at 3 o'clock. And I have to say, I didn't feel like doing anything this morning but watching a TV show about horrific storms that come across the country. And I was like, I'm doing it. I'm hot, but I'm going to put away my clothes. And I'm going to crinkle my hair. So I did something. I stretched in the middle, and I kept going. It's not a plan, but it was a beginning. And movement doesn't require readiness. That's the key. It actually builds momentum on it, especially when you're in recovery or you're actually trying to rebuild strength. That first small step is actually everything. And you don't need to be ready. You just have to be willing to start. So that was our Movement for Movement Monday. All right, guys, we're moving on to Topic Tuesday. Topic Tuesday. Kiana presents this to us. This was a recap of what we did throughout the entire month of June, and that was discussing with you the potential individuals that might be part of your aortic care team. Some of these names of physicians and types of specialties you might not have encountered yet, or you may never, but it's important to know a little bit about them so that you are more educated and aware if that time comes. We really want to thank everybody that's joined us all of our med students for this educational series, introducing the specialists that really help us in our care. Receiving a diagnosis of aortic disease really can feel very overwhelming. And one of the first challenges many patients and families face is actually navigating the healthcare system. Crazy healthcare here in the US. And I know it's crazy where some of you live as well outside of this country. So with so many different physicians involved, it's not always clear who does what or what you might be seeing or why you're seeing multiple specialists. But throughout June, we went over the unique roles that each member of your care team actually plays in helping you live safely and confidently with this disease. So we began by talking about cardiologists. And cardiologists are those individuals who might be the first person to identify that you have an aortic condition. And whether they're evaluating a heart murmur, which could mean a problem with a valve, ordering an echo, managing blood pressure, or managing your aorta over time, cardiologists are often the long-term physician partner in your care, and they play an essential role in preventing the disease progression. Next, we talked about cardiac surgeons. And so that expertise really lies in treating the diseases of the ascending aorta that's coming right up out of the heart, the arch, and the aortic root, which is right near the heart. So while many patients associate them really only with the operating room, cardiac surgeons are involved long before surgery actually even becomes necessary. They're the ones that help determine if and when surgery is actually appropriate, and they explain the treatment options, and they perform some of the most complex surgeries that exist in cardiovascular medicine, including life-saving emergency repairs for acute type A aortic dissections. I'm sorry, my puppy's in the room with me, so she's going to distract me, you guys. When we introduced vascular surgeons, we wanted to talk about specialists who care for diseases that are affecting the descending thoracic and abdominal aorta. So this is from managing a type B dissection and aneurysm to actually performing minimally invasive procedures. Vascular surgeons combine medical management, advanced endovascular techniques, open surgery, and lifelong surveillance to care for patients through every stage of their journey. Our series also featured interventional radiologists, and these are physicians whose unique expertise allows them to perform image-guided procedures through teeny tiny little incisions, whether they're treating complications after endovascular repair, restoring blood flow during emergencies, or assisting with complex treatment planning. Interventional radiologists are invaluable members of this multidisciplinary team working behind the scenes to perform and provide minimally invasive solutions. We also highlighted the work of diagnostic radiologists and their careful interpretation of CTs and MRIs and echocardiograms and other imaging studies really helped detect, diagnose, and monitor aortic disease. Although patients might never meet these people, their expertise actually guides countless treatment decisions and helps to provide information needed for lifelong surveillance. And finally, we recognize the actual role of a primary care physician. They're often the first healthcare professional to recognize there could be a warning sign. They also help identify risk factors. They help control blood pressure. They coordinate referrals and manage chronic conditions that can significantly impact long-term aortic health. Their ongoing relationship with patients makes them an important foundation of comprehensive care. So one of the most important lessons from this month's series is that no single physician manages aortic disease alone. The best outcome, they come from collaboration, and that's cardiologists, cardiac surgeons, vascular surgeons, interventional radiologists, primary care physicians, diagnostic radiologists, nurses, advanced practice providers, genetic counselors. The list goes on, and they really work together to help ensure that the patient receives individualized comprehensive care. Every specialist contributes to this disease and brings a different perspective, but they all share the same goal: protecting your health and helping you achieve the best possible outcomes. So that is your Topic Tuesday. We hope you enjoyed the month of June and learning about your aortic care team. And coming up for the month of August is your genetics. All right, we'll be right back with some more. Hang on just a minute. Little distractions from my puppy go a long way, don't they? Okay, we're off to the next post. We have some big congratulations and welcomes. Whew, just ran up the stairs for all of you. So first we want to welcome Bonit Sharma. All right. He is going to be one of our new community liaisons. He's going to actually help support our mission by sharing his story, raising awareness, and helping connect with others throughout the aortic community. At Aortic Hope, we believe and have articulated this to you enough that every story has the power to educate, inspire, and remind someone that they're not alone. And through advocacy, lived experience, and community connection, Bonit will help continue to spread hope and awareness ASAP. Why? Because awareness saves aortas, period. Bonit Sharma is an aortic dissection survivor who hopes to share his story and experience with others in the aortic disease community. In August 2021, he walked into an emergency room with sudden chest pain and back pain. For 6 days across multiple hospitals, he was dismissed as an anxious person. He was told it was a muscle strain, everything but the truth. And by the time a CT scan was done, it finally revealed a type A and type B aortic dissection. His aorta had been tearing itself apart for nearly a week. Surgeons gave him a 10% chance of survival, and he beat the odds. Then he faced what came next: 3 TIAs, 4 strokes, and another open heart surgery in the years that followed. A husband, father, IT professional, and Boy Scout troop leader in New Jersey, Bonit believes deeply in the power of patient voices and the importance of being heard. And he looks forward to working with Aortic Hope and Think Aorta through volunteer work to share his journey and remind others that survival is possible and that no one has to fight this battle alone. So welcome to the Aortic Hope family, Bonit. We're excited to have your voice and passion helping making a difference. And I sure hope I did not butcher your the pronunciation of your name. So let's give a welcome. All right, our next welcome is for Anita Zahiri. Anita is going to be one of our social media administrators specifically for medical posts. She is our newest medical student volunteer, and we're so excited to have her. Her passion for education, awareness, and helping connect our community will be through meaningful content. And through her writing, Anita will help bring educational insight, fresh perspectives, and support to patients, survivors, and caregivers and families impacted by aortic disease. Anita is a first-year medical student at the Warren Alpert Medical School of Brown University. She conducts research on aortic disease and is passionate about cardiovascular medicine. She's excited to join Aortic Hope to help raise awareness about aortic disease and support patients and their caregivers. Welcome to the Aortic Hope family, Anita. We're so excited to have you. All right, and lastly for last week, we want to welcome Zach Bakari. There's Zach. Zach is also going to be a medical student volunteer doing some of our social media blogs. His contribution shows his passion for education, awareness, and storytelling to help support patients, survivors, caregivers, and families impacted by aortic disease. Through thoughtful and engaging content, Zach will help share educational insight, strengthen our mission of connection, support, and awareness. Hi, everyone. My name is Zach, and I'm a medical student at Rutgers Robert Wood Johnson Medical School in New Jersey. I've had the opportunity to work with patients living with connective tissue disorders and aortic disease, and those experiences have fueled my interest in aortic care. As an aspiring cardiac surgeon, I'm excited to be part of the Aortic Hope team and help support its mission of providing hope, advocacy, and trusted information to patients and family. Well, welcome to the Aortic Hope family, Zach. We're so excited for everything that's ahead. All right, another promotion of our Aortic Hope Survivor Series and Where Are They Now series. It is a dynamic duo of storytelling, and it gives you an opportunity to really be the shining light in someone's life. There's 2 different ways to share your story. First, in the Survivor Series, which you get a chance to share your aortic journey. What happened to you or your loved one? Were you diagnosed in a timely manner? I mean, that's definitely something we love to hear about, and we share that information with Think Aorta US, not to mention across the country. Your story can be recorded on our AHTV platform, or you can submit it to us in a written format. Now, Where Are They Now are for all of you prior storytellers. It's time to update the world on what you're doing now. What have you gotten into? Have you gone back to work? Did you run a marathon? Did you take up a new hobby? Are you back to flying or driving? Did you get to see a kid's graduation? Did you get to see a grandchild get married? We want to know what you're doing. If things are a struggle, we kind of need to know that too, right? Because that is the natural nature and reality of this disease. Your story matters because it's impactful. You inspire others with your story. We want you to share the twists and turns. We know it's therapeutic for not only you to share, but for us to listen. And it also creates questions for us to take back to our doctors. So if you're ready, not only can you click it on that blog, but if you go to our programs tab across the top, you will see in the list our Survivor series. Just click there and someone will be in touch with you soon. Okay, let's talk about our events, you guys. Across the top of the page on the events tab, you will see in red, these are all hyperlinks. If you would like to join one of our support group meetings, all of the days and times are listed here. You just need to click in red and fill out the form. You register once. You will receive an email with a link to join every group that's in your category. So for the caregivers, they will get a link to join the first Saturday at 10 a.m. and the second Wednesday at 10 p.m. You will get a link to go to both. You may also attend the survivor and caregiver group. However, survivors may not attend a caregiver only group. So you are, as a caregiver, will also receive the first Tuesday at 12, the second Tuesday at 10, and the last Wednesday at 7. Canadians, you've got a special group too, and that's the first Wednesday at 6 p.m. And bereavement is every other month, the second Thursday at 7 p.m. So there is a bereavement support group meeting in July, and our next one will be September. All right, oh my gosh, it's already the 6th, and this is the weekend review. So coming up soon, we do have support groups. We have a new Therapeutic Thursday with John Quick. I'm not sure who he's highlighting. We do have Qigong on Sundays, every other Sunday. We have a kitchen. We just had a kitchen event all about hydration with our nutritionist, Mindy Seltzer. But coming up on Sunday, the 19th, we have the Aortic Kitchen with Chef Rob, and that is ways to hydrate for the summer. All right, we have our WISE meeting, Women Inspiring Support and Empowerment. It's always on the last Monday of the month. You can sign up by clicking anything in red, remember, and anything in red will take you to the link to see a show. In addition, we will have an Ask a Doctor. I believe that's around the 23rd. That's not been posted yet. And we may also have a special recording with a physician. I'm waiting on the details for that as well. All right, everybody, that's kind of it. It's kind of it for our show today. Fun information, but I want you to share it because it's always good to share. Sharing is caring. And let everybody know that you are following our AHTV. Just click like, click subscribe. You can follow us on Facebook. You can follow us on Instagram. We're also on LinkedIn and X. And we look forward to seeing you soon. So take care so much, and we'll speak with you soon. Bye-bye.